visa.
I can't believe you've done this. I told you I'd take no shit. You were supposed to love me. Then I got a text from your ex.
079 3999 on standby 365. You get high, you testify. Who's that girl you
Okay, so we're going to start off by doing our brows first. Now, I normally use the MAC Dip Down Brow Pomade. It's really good for people who have bushy brows just like myself, and it really sets the brow for the whole entire day, so I really recommend it. Now, once I'm satisfied with my brow, I'm going to spoolie the product out at the beginning, and then I'm going to move on to concealing the brow using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. Now, aside from just using the concealer as a highlighter for my brows, I also use it as a eyelid primer. So I'll put a bit on my eyelids and then I'll blend it all out. And then once I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to set it in place using a loose powder. And then as a primer today, I decided to use a Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm all over my face. And then I decided to use the Collection Primed and Ready Primer in the middle of my face, which is where my problem areas are. Now, this foundation is new to me and I absolutely love it. So I used about one pump. I dotted it all over my face, and then I used this Artiste dupe brush to blend it all in. And these brushes haven't had the best reputation on YouTube, but I absolutely adore mine. It blends out my foundation perfectly. I haven't found anything wrong with it, so if you guys want to give it a try, I definitely recommend it. So now to conceal, I'm using the Kiko Milano Natural Concealer in 06. I'm using that in the normal places you would highlight. And then to brighten up under my eyes, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. And then I'm blending all of that out using a damp Real Technique sponge. And make sure it is wet because, girl, you do not want some blotchy ass concealer under your eyes. I'm telling you now, it makes it just look so much better. And the way that I've done it, I've worked my way inward. So I've started with the edges and then worked all the way into right under my eye. And then once you're satisfied with how that's all blended out, you can use your loose face powder. I'm again using the NYC Smooth Skin, but you can use whatever you may use. I do want to try the Sacha, because this one does make me a little bit ashy, but it is what it is. So once I've finished applying all the powder, I moved back onto my eyes. And the palette that I'm going to be using is the Delancey Morphe Dupe palette, and it's amazing. I bought it from AliExpress and it was about £8. So using that light brown shadow that I showed you guys at the beginning, I'm going to sweep that across my lid to create a transition colour. And then once I was satisfied with that, I went into the Modern Renaissance palette and used Real Girl, and use that just to warm up the crease a little bit, just so it's not so flat. So the next shadow that I used was Cypress Umber out of the same palette, and I used that pretty much on the outer V of my eyelid. Now, I would say this is probably the hardest part to explain. I used my concealer to cut the crease. I basically just went over my eyelid. Because I do have hooded eyelids, it was a bit difficult for me. But I hope you guys find it a little bit easier if you don't have hooded eyelids. But if you do have hooded eyelids, I would say just go over your eyelid a little bit. So where your eyelid naturally creases, just go over it a little bit and then create a wing. Unless you want to bring it down, it's up to you, depending on the style that you want to go for. And the reason for bringing the concealer higher than your actual eyelid is just so that once you are finished and you know your hooded eyelids take effect, the end result is still visible and then not just hidden and then also being creased. It's hard out here, you know, it's hard. So I use 2 light shadows to basically pack onto the eyelid. I want to make it look really light brown and really like hot chocolate looking, so those are the 2 colours that I chose to use. And at this point you're really just covering the surface of all the concealer that you've put down just so it doesn't crease, and also you're giving it some colour payoff at the same time. So using a mix of Cypress Umber and Love Letter, I just deepen up the crease a little bit and give it a little bit more colour, just because I wanted it to stand out above the crease. I didn't want it to be so flat and, you know, 2-dimensional. And then here I noticed that the powder was really getting a bit too ashy and a bit dusty, so I really just wiped that off. But depending on how you do your makeup, you can leave that on as long as you need, but I saw that it was getting really a bit too ashy. And then taking a clean blending brush, I just blended everything that I've done out. Okay, this bit, guys, please just forgive me. My eyeliner game was not on point today. I really ended up as Amy Winehouse. The eyeliner was very, very thick. I recommend doing it thinner, but it just wasn't having it with me today, so it is what it is. And then going back into that Delancey palette, I used a Shimmery Pearl Champagne colour just to highlight my brow bone. And then now for the fun bit, I used a gold liner just to line the cut crease and the transition shadows, and it just gives it such a nice look. This look was inspired by To Aaliyah. I saw it on her Instagram and I was like, no, have to do it, so I gave it a try. So I hope you guys really enjoy it so far. Don't be worried if you make a mistake, you can really just use a Q-tip to wipe off the glitter. So now I'm going to be using my favourite mascara, which is the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. And then, because I'm a little bit extra, I like to use a shimmery colour in the inner part of my eyelid. It just makes the eyes pop. And then to contour / bronze my face, I'm going to be using the Sleek Face Form Contour Powder. And then to highlight, I'm going back into that Delancey palette. I'm using a mixture of shimmery shades to create my highlight. Then to finish off the look, I'm going to use my Urban Decay setting spray to set everything in place. I mean, it's running out, but it did the job. And that is a finished look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. It was my first time doing glittery glam cut crease. and I really enjoyed it. I think it came out really well. Thanks again to Twillia for the inspiration. I'm gonna link the picture or her video down below so you guys can have a look at it yourselves. Follow me on all my social media, so I've got Instagram, Tumblr and Snapchat. Those are my most active ones anyway. And make sure you guys subscribe on your way out. Just a little bell down below to see when my next upload is. Thumbs up the video and comment down below anything you guys want to see. If you guys want to see another makeup look or no. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bam. Bye, guys.